Yes,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay, I'm calling this meeting, a special meeting of the Police and Fire Advisory Committee to order. June 7th, Monday, June 7th, 2021. Can you do a roll call, Joelle?
Yes, sir. Craig Emanuel, Ward 1.
Present.
Thomas Patterson, Ward 1.
Present.
Mr. Patterson.
Here?
Okay. Cynthia
Yeah, I said
Conrad.
here. Yeah, I'm present. I'm
Okay.
fully accounted for.
Present.
Thank you. Kate Goikovich, Ward 2.
Present.
Okay. And Frank Davis, council member, is excused. Mr. Pocken. Present, okay. Joelle Landers, and we will be having Robert Klein and Deputy Chief Long signing on shortly.
Okay, well, we got a single agenda item, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the one and only agenda item is discussion, other than future agenda items. Discussion possible recommendation regarding personal and or illegal fireworks within the city limits. Has everyone had a chance to read the attachments that show what the state and because it seems like during the time period between, what is it, May? There's a time period which we can do something between up to June. Yeah, May 20th through July 6th. They also have April 25th through May 6th, but we're past that. So we have a period of time which it is allowable for us to regulate what would typically be permissible fireworks under state law. Other than during those excluded periods, we are not allowed to act outside our political rights, like with the bag law. So, but in this particular case, for this particular reason, it looks like we can act if that's what we desire to do. And it looks like the parks and land people are recommending. There is a real fear with the dryness and the winds that something's going to happen, but at the same time, of course, we don't have the chief on the police, but how enforceable it is, I don't know, but at very least, it's up for discussion. Has anybody got anything they want to comment on?
Chairman Patterson, Craig Emanuel. I hope.
Very clearly.
All right, loud and clear. Is being a longtime resident of Cochise County, I can never remember seeing the conditions as dry as they are. And our recent fire that we had in Bisbee and how quickly that spread, I think it behooves us to make the strongest recommendation from this committee to the to restrict fireworks usage during that period from May 20th through July 6th, regardless of the enforceability of it. It sets a recommendation for the community.
Reed? Cynthia?
Right, and I have a question, Craig. So basically, it's my understanding that we're in stage 2 fire restrictions, which means the highest level next to censure, pretty call of everything. So I guess my one question, based on what you just said, Craig, is I agree, extremely dry. I agree we should definitely make a strong recommendation for citizens and private use. My question would be, because of the way you phrased it, how people feel about the city still holding their fireworks, because I would like to think that the city could still hold their fireworks because of the nature and the years and the way they're shot and who shoots them and the protections that are in place, the city to do. But other than that, I think I agree that we should have the strongest possible, not only from our committee, but then from the council and with the media, to just let everybody know that there will in fact be enforcement for.
Yeah, well,
I
that's
think-
basically what we would be doing is saying, we don't want to
Oh, wait,
permit.
Tom.
Oh, okay, you're not done yet? Okay.
So I clearly agree with Craig that we should recommend and remind the high risk and encourage our police and city government to enforce in every way, fashion for the safety of the neighborhoods and the homes.
Yeah,
And
I think that's important, Cynthia, that letting the community know that we're not just doing this out of whim, that there's a really good reason for the safety of where they live, that they abide by these restrictions. And basically what we would be doing is making the permissible fireworks not permissible. And we have the right to do that between May 20th and July 6th. Kate, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I was just wondering, did anyone contact Firewise and the Firewise organization and ask them if they had any input, concerns, recommendations?
Well, I didn't.
I haven't,
Did you?
no, I haven't heard it from anybody from there either.
Since from the state and the land, in Sparks is pretty,
I think- Yeah, I've got this feeling that Firewise would be more than cooperative if we made that recommendation. Keep in mind, all we're doing is merely making a recommendation to the mayor and council.
Correct.
correct.
And they will actually have it on their agenda for the next council meeting.
Understandable.
So, but I can't believe they wouldn't agree
Right.
at this point.
Well, we've had some alerts and warnings. The winds have been high and we had that recent fire. I mean, everything is there to make this recommendation strong and, I don't know, I would entertain a motion from any of the members who would like to make a motion at this time.
Chairman Patterson, Craig Emanuel.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a motion to recommend to our city council that we recommend a prohibition pursuant to state statute prohibiting fireworks from the May 20th date or whatever date that the city council passes this through the July 6th holiday weekend.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Any discussion?
The only thing I wonder is, because having lived here also 30 years, I think we might want to extend that date a little further than the 6th
Well,
of July.
we
I've seen-
can't.
Wait, well, the way I read this.
It says
is-
that at the very beginning, it says that it's prohibited for municipalities to modify that particular ordinance that allows fireworks to be permissible other than 3 different time periods during the year. And May 20th through July 6th is a defined time period, if I read that correctly.
I actually believe that those dates have to do with the way I read it is that that's a matter of if it's stage 1. And so if you look at the page, if you look at 2C, you'll see that what you're talking about in terms of dates is only with stage 1. When you enter stage 2, and I think that that might be something we want to actually put into the motion. It's just the thought that, that we acknowledge to the city council that because of the information of a staged fire environment, our committee would recommend that fireworks not be, and because sale is not the issue, because there are no fireworks for sale in Cochise County, as far as I understand. You have to drive over there to New Mexico or somewhere. So Arizona, the state must prohibit that. So we're talking use here. It's like wherever you buy them, too bad, you can't use them. So I think we could clearly state that from the date that the council passes this, our recommendation is that fireworks of a prohibited, let's see, what do they describe?
Well, here, let me read part A. Here's what part A says.
Tom, don't interrupt me. Tom, please do not interrupt me. So I think we need to discuss and maybe reword it so that we're talking about permissible consumer fireworks that people may or may not have purchased somewhere else. There are these things called permissible consumer fireworks, and we and the council, and they have the right to say from this date, meaning May, whatever it is, through August 15th. I mean, until it rains, or in other words, if it starts to rain in July, which you can, so we could say July 10th, because it almost for sure will rain by then. And so we can go beyond, because as it says on 2C, only for stage 1 do those dates apply. I think we can apply dates as a city. Steve, tell me if I'm wrong here. As a city, we can, that we don't want things that are permitted now by state law, we want to say they're not permitted. That's that period from whenever May, whenever it is, June 1st, July, something longer, like more like the 10th. So we really clear that, because we're not restricted to July 6th. That's only a restriction for something that's stage 1. We're in stage 2, at least that's the way I read it.
Well, what I'm reading here is if a federal agency or state agency implements a stage 1 or higher fire restriction.
Right.
And any prohibition during those, so stage 1 or higher means any stage 1 and above. Any prohibition is limited only to the dates when the stage 1 or higher fire restriction is in place. So that includes stage 2. So now that said, you can put any dates you want on there. What's enforceable might come down to an interpretation of state law.
Okay.
I mean, that's just one layman's opinion, but I read it the same way Mr. Patterson does, that it's stage 1 or higher.
Chairman Patterson, Craig Emanuel.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I think the way we could modify the motion is to change it to the longest period possible under state statute. We'll let our city council and worry with the language on it. But our recommendation could simply be that, with the fire danger and the fire level 2, that we impose the maximum regulations possible to restrict fireworks other than the city display, which is monitored by the fire department and the fire marshal and in a safe condition. And so rather than limit ourselves to a specific date of the language, is just the recommendation for the maximum possible safety and community.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Craig. That's a good word.
Works
Yeah,
for me.
I as long as we make something, make the word it in such a way it can't be overturned. Of course, we're under part 2, which is a population of less than 500,000 people. And Yeah, do you want to modify your motion, Craig, and leave it as it's?
Craig Emanuel, I'll try to modify, and I'm sorry for the clumsy wording previously, but let me give a shot at it. With the fire restrictions level at a level 2 in our state, we would like to recommend to the city council to restrict fireworks pursuant to Arizona statute, maximum length of time possible until these restrictions are modified, reduced, or changed, still allowing for our public fireworks display at the Vista, conducted under safe conditions with our fire department and the fire marshal. I don't know if that, I hope that.
That covers everything.
So
That-
I'll second that motion.
Yeah,
No stone
and-
left unturned there.
Okay, well, C says, it's really clumsy in a way. It says that the use of permissible consumer fireworks may be prohibited during June 24th through July 6th. And then it goes on to talk about the stages. So that, I mean, that's actually a shorter period of time than May 20th through July 6th. So
This
I mean,
is-
I think May 20th through July 6th is about as much as we can get, but
Yeah.
we can
Mr.
recommend
Chairman.
the council do anything. They're the ones who are going to ultimately make the decision.
Yeah.
So the
Mr.
broadest
Chairman,
you
this,
can make it, I would agree, Cynthia. Let's,
yeah.
Yeah, well, we have
This-
a motion to,
The,
well, we're in discussion right now. The motion's been made and seconded. And discussion by any of the members of the committee and any of the other participants. And whoever's on the phone is muted, so we can't hear them at all.
Tom, are you hearing me right
Yeah.
now? Okay, good. The city attorney is going to review this before the council meeting, so he will be the arbiter of how far we can go with this motion. So I don't think we need to worry about it any further. We'll just, he's going to he reviews all before the meeting, and we'll just flag this one for his attention. That way, if
That's good.
council has any questions, he'll be able to answer them.
All right, is there any further discussion?
I don't have anything.
All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
I,
I,
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Okay,
Okay, the only other agenda item was whether we wanted to discuss future agenda item suggestions. And it can be regular, special, or work sessions. I mean, I think Cynthia, you talked about, you thought it would be valuable if we had a work session.
thought Kay said that, didn't you, Kay?
Yes, I think it would be on certain issues to be able to get possibly with the fire department and the police department and discuss some of the issues that are like the parking
Well,
situation.
we could, yeah. We could shoot for a date and then, yes, Joel.
My understanding is even with a work session, we have to have the topics agendized in order to discuss
Right.
them. So I would need to just get those down so we do, and also so that the police chief and fire chief can prepare for those discussion points.
Well, all I was saying is, first is finding a date, because everything works backwards from that, because agenda
Okay.
items have to be posted so many days in advance of the meeting. And any agenda item can be suggested or submitted prior to the posting date, so. But I mean, everybody just doesn't have to be done this minute, but you can suggest, and you can call into Joelle, anything that you should be on the agenda for the study session. And then we'll need to nail down a date, get it posted and get everybody there.
Okay. I can
Does
let
that
you know
sound
that
okay or?
I
Go ahead.
will let you know the dates. Probably looking at July. And our next regularly scheduled meeting is in August. So that would be a nice turnaround time. So
Sure.
I will look at dates and check availability. And also perhaps before that time, we might have more members of the board. So that also gives us a council meeting or two to work on that as well.
Good. Well, I want to thank everybody that's on the board right now with 4 members on the committee, to be able to put together 2 quorums in a row is quite a feat. And so thank you for attending. Thank you for your comments. I think it's a nucleus of a really good board or committee, and we just need to get a couple more members. So if one of us for some reason can't be here, we don't have the meeting go all to
Okay.
or fall apart on us. So think about what you would like to discuss during a studies, and that's something we can discuss between any 2 of us. And call Joelle, and she can start putting that agenda together, and then look for a convenient date. I know as long as we don't meet in October, we're probably okay, right, Cynthia?
Right. Well, I thought we were talking about meeting.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, the meeting schedule that's laid out is the minimum.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, if we wanted to, we could meet every week. I don't think anybody wants to do that. Can't meet in person.
Mid-July would set us up for our regular scheduled meeting in August. I have a
But
feeling.
yeah, July's perfect.
Okay.
I think we'll do it after July 6th. That way we'll know whether things worked out okay or not.
Okay. I will look into that. Thank you, Mr. Patterson.
Is there any other comments or suggestions by anybody? Thank you all for your attendance and this meeting. Could we have a motion to adjourn?
Thank you.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second. Acclamation passed. We're adjourned. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Night
you.
all.
Thank you, Steve. And the unknown, is that a real person on that phone, or is that just like
Yeah,
a?
it's probably Joey.
Joey
Yeah.
Long with Bisbee Fireman.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
There
the
you-
first we heard of you
Thanks
was
for
after
coming,
the
Joey.
adjournment.
Goodbye.